Welcome back, everyone. In Health Watch, we're focusing on mental health and children. A local author is on a mission to include psychiatric patients in her books. Joining me now is Dr. Jennifer Yin, whose pen name is J.L. Clark. How did you choose that pen name?
Actually, it's my first initial, middle initial, and my married last name.
Oh, okay. I love it. And so tell me about your books. Why did you want to do this?
You know, I originally wrote these books mostly just as a bucket list item. You know, I've always written since I was a little girl, and one of the things I really wanted to do was to publish my own books, even if it was just for my own enjoyment to sit on my bookshelf. But I think as I begun writing, then I realized that, you know, I don't have a whole lot of books that I've read, and I read a lot of them because I am a child and adolescent psychiatrist. I read a lot of young adult books, and not a whole lot of them have, you know, characters that are very well represented in terms of realistic characters, in terms of their personality, relationships, the way they tend to kind of encounter different things and challenges. So I wanted to make sure that when I wrote these characters that they were relatable, that patients could see this as someone who was sitting right next to them in class or one of their friends from school. And so that they could really feel like there was a book out there that they could say, this is who I am.
And tell me about the title of your book.
Well, the Avalon Relics is the series title. The first book is Lilith Lynx, and the second book is Leyland Crown. The Avalon Relics refers to Avalon, which is the big city in the realm of the Fayeds, which are half fairy, half human beings.
Oh, I love that.
So there's a little bit of a magical component because, you know, it's always exciting to have some of that mystery and fantasy and this feeling that there's something more to the world than what we see.
And you've been treating patients for years now. What type of reaction do you get from the patients now that they have a character in these stories that they can identify with?
Well, I think one of the things that I hear a lot is just about how realistic the characters are. They like to, you know, they tell me that I've read a lot of these books, and many times I'm very frustrated because, oh, well, their life seems so perfect, everything goes so well for them, they don't really have to face any of the conflicts that I deal with on a daily basis. And so I like the fact that your character is awkward, she's clumsy, you know, she doesn't always say the right thing at the right time, she's insecure, and she has to go through the same struggles of kind of transitioning from a, you know, being a teenager to being an adult.
And you're a professor at Baylor, so so you've been around. You've taught these. You've taught what you're speaking now, and what was it about the books that you were reading that you just said, okay, wait a second, these people, there's an entire population missing out. They're not represented here.
Well, I think one of the things that was most frustrating were weak female characters. A lot of times we see in these fantastical, really popular young adult books, these are girls who are blank slates, essentially. They don't have a personality, they don't have interests, they don't have a sense of themselves until a man comes around, you know. And the reality is that a lot of the young, especially girls that I see, they tend to come in with self-esteem issues and insecurities because of things like that. And so I wanted to make sure that they had someone they could basically emulate and they could relate to, could grow with her as she grows in the book.
Good stuff. And very quickly, the Avalon Relics, where can we buy it?
Right now it's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. We do have it in one of the local bookstores here, and you can get it on ebook or in print versions.
Thank you, J.L. Clark. Dr. Jennifer Yin, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Lindsay?
Thanks, Damali. It might be a great weekend to stay inside and read a book. We have